Hey, it's Troy and Jude, and we're starting something new, Jude. Cardinals Monday night quarterback.
That's right.
Right? So this is interesting.
And we're here to answer any questions. You kind of represent that avid, passionate fan.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore Cardinals fan, have been for a lot of years, season ticket holder. Wasn't at the game yesterday, of course, it's in New York. But I think that's interesting. I think that's where we start with. Drew Stanton, quarterback who's basically been on the bench for 4 years, Jude, goes to a pretty tough place to play, New York, and gets a good win.
Nobody understands quarterbacks in the entire league, in my mind, better than Bruce Arians. And it'll be like you and I trying to learn Mandarin, all right? He knows the language of Bruce Arians. He's been under him. He's played under him. He's been with him for a number of years. So that's a big first step. And then secondly, he had enough reps. Carson's shoulder injury was really evident after the Charger game, and Stanton knew in all likelihood he probably was going to start going into the Giants game. So preparation, understanding the system, and feeling comfortable with what he was going to call attributed to his success.
Practice, though, as Allen Iverson once said, practice. We're talking practice. So, I mean, it's different in practice, isn't it, Jude, than being in the game under the lights and making the plays.
Let's also look at this. He's not that far removed from the preseason games where he played a lot this year.
That's a good point.
He played a lot, so he's only a few weeks removed from that. That helped him assimilate this whole challenge of being on the road against the Giants and managing the game. Look, he didn't put up great numbers, but he didn't turn the football over.
Not once.
That's the key to this whole thing. And their defense plays so well. And let's also point something out here. The Giants literally handed the game to the Cardinals. When you're -4 in the turnover ratio, especially those turnovers late in the fourth quarter, you gave the Cardinals the game. Tom Coughlin has a tough sell right now to get out of this season keeping his job.
And that's another thing. As a Cardinals fan, I was sitting there thinking to myself, hey, 5 or 6 years ago, that was us. That's the kind of stuff the Cardinals used to do over and over again, is choke games. Games that you thought they had, they choke them at the very end, and they just haven't done that as much.
Bruce Arians just said, we're starting a new tradition. This is something different. And he is a very strong-willed coach. This isn't the same old Cardinals. 10 wins last year, 2 wins already this year, and he's proven it, and he's backed it up with wins.
And coming off what has to be, I would think, as long as I've been watching the NFL, the toughest week in the history of the league. I mean, with dealing with child abuse allegations and the spousal abuse with Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson. And it was good as a Cards fan to have your team get a win, and the ratings were still there.
The ratings were still there, and I think you can separate one versus the other. The criticism is warranted. It's been a horrible week, and I think we've said this even on Sports Night. Goodell should be fired. He should step aside. But that does not stunt the passion that fans in America have for Sunday football. They love it. It's the habit of Sunday for many years now. It's continuing to trend upward. It's America's pastime. And I think fans can, I don't like the way Goodell's handled this. These incidents are horrible, but I still like my team.
Right.
And that's what's happening.
Separating those guys out. And I guess the thing to take away from this, Cardinals 2-0 going into, or having San Francisco come in our house next week.
Biggest week in the regular season in quite some time. And if they can beat the Niners and knock them down another game, there's going to be tremendous hype, energy, and enthusiasm. And University of Phoenix Stadium will be rocking for sure.
I'll be there for that one.
Yeah.
So if you see me, come over and say hi.
We're going to have like security guards on each side of you, the way this guy rants and raves.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Check us out on Fox 10 News at 5, 6, 9, and 10.